Welcome. This video is about how to empty your mind of all thoughts. There are 5 really good tips you can use to truly de-stress and empty your mind of all thoughts and overthinking negative thoughts as well. So please stay tuned to this video. Welcome to the SCG Show, the home of education entertainment. And if you are new here, welcome to the channel. Please don't forget to hit the like button. Please subscribe and also hit the bell notification so you do not miss any of these videos. Taking control of our mental well-being has never been more important. It was a fundamental reason why I started this channel. I love reading your comments from people thanking me that they built up the courage to walk away from a toxic relationship. Thank you all so much for supporting and watching this channel. Sometimes we need that moment of inspiration to do a difficult thing, and sometimes life must find a way to show us a different path to take. I remember being locked out of my home after an ex-narcissist caused an argument and being stuck in the rain, knowing that was the final moment, the last straw to walk away. Enough truly was enough. It really was. What about the months leading up to that moment? Well, my mind was on overdrive. I could not think logically, I couldn't think at all. I was an utter mess. It was an utter mess. It had to take me being away from my phone, stuck with no distractions in the pouring rain almost, to start thinking clearly again. Sadly, we're so distracted with technology, social media, people these days that we never get a moment thought to ourselves. And by not allowing that to happen, what usually occurs? Chaos. We gradually become even more stressed. We constantly make more mistakes. Our health goes down the pan. Our mental health goes down the toilet. We feel and we are trapped. Emptying your mind of all thoughts is possible, or at the very least, most of your thoughts. Obsessive thinking never solved anything, and worry, well, that's a waste of time as well. It is possible for you to achieve this goal. You just need to learn how. Please do not sleep through your life any longer, and do not allow stress to consume you anymore. Let us take control of our mind, take control of our thoughts. Enough is enough. Here are 5 ways for you too to empty your mind of all thoughts. Number 1. Solve a puzzle. A good healthy way to empty your mind of stressful thoughts is to solve a puzzle. When I was locked down, I was going through an extremely difficult time. I had lost my father to illness. My mental health was suffering really badly. There was just so much anxiety and stress going on in my life. Not to mention 2 weeks after he passed, it was actually my birthday as well. Luckily, a very close friend sent me quite an unusual but special gift. It was a small Lego starship in a box. Odd gift for a man in his 30s, I assumed, but the card with the gift read the following. This is something to take your mind off this difficult time. Assemble it and send me a picture of the finished starship. I smiled, and I spent the next 2 hours assembling, piece by piece, the starship. I was for the first time in weeks content, relaxed, and happy. I followed the instructions, and sure enough I finished the ship and sent a picture to my dear friend thanking her for the gift. For those 2 hours I was actually at peace. I was no longer worried or anxious. My mind was 100% occupied, and my thoughts for the first time in ages were quiet. All that concerned me was the Lego and assembling it. That is why I strongly believe focusing on a puzzle is a great way to empty your mind of all thoughts. Naturally, if you have an overactive mind, you're replaying thoughts over and over. That is why the puzzle's a great idea to distract you and to calm you down, center you. Try it out and let me know if it helps the way it really did help me. And I strongly recommend any of the following puzzles: a crossword, a word search, a jigsaw puzzle, Sudoku, a riddle, Lego, whatever floats your boat. Solve a puzzle. Number 2. Walk in nature. My granddad lived to the ripe old age of 89, and he was fit as a fiddle. I could not work out how he lived so long. However, he shared his secret with me. Walk in nature every single day. The fresh air, the exercise, the tranquility. I guess it all makes sense. Even in bad weather conditions, my granddad would be out with his scarf and hat, braving the wind and the cold and the rain. The problem with the modern generation is we take our technology almost everywhere with us, even to the bathroom. So if we want to successfully empty our mind of thoughts, we must go for a walk in nature without our phones, our smartphones, our tablets, etc. Yes, leave the headphones behind as well. I managed to find myself the most beautiful mini forest, not far from where I live. All year round, especially during fall, it is the most relaxing place. I get to breathe fresh air, smell the trees, hear the birds chirping, hear the wind blowing. It's a stunning place. I remember going through a difficult work problem a few years back. I heard about this mini forest, so I went there, parked my car outside, and ventured inside. I also left my phone, wallet, everything at home, except for my keys. And as I walked through the forest, answers came to me. I can't tell you how amazing this experience was. I was seeing things from a different angle. I was the calmest I'd been in weeks. I was happier and so much more at peace. And when I left the forest, I couldn't wait to get home to try solve the problems in a completely different way, which I'm pleased to say I managed to solve the problems in this unique way. Sometimes the simplest and easiest things have the best answers. And Mother Nature has that answer too. So go for a walk in nature, empty your mind, and fill your heart with joy. Number 3, social media detox. If your mind is currently on overdrive, you feel really stressed out, overly negative, I can tell you that social media is not helping you. And when I mean social media, I mean all social media. We have people sharing fake news and conspiracy theories, people showing off superficial things to make us feel jealous and trigger us, people arguing over different opinions. When life is tough, sadly, social media makes it worse. That is why if you really want to empty your mind of all thoughts, you need a social media detox. Or maybe just quit it altogether. I remember taking a break for a month from social media, and it really did my mental health the world of good. I was no longer comparing myself to others. I didn't feel insecure anymore. I reevaluated my goals and dreams. I was happier because I was doing what I wanted and expressing myself without feeling like I'm going to be judged. It made an enormous impact on my life. And you should too certainly try a detox or just quit social media altogether. Number 4, read fiction. I'm an avid reader, and I've averaged at least reading a book a month. And when I was going through a really difficult time, I was reading a lot of motivational books to keep my spirits high. But if you only ever read one genre of book, it can get very dull and boring quickly. Suddenly I saw an advert for a new sci-fi novel that looked quite interesting. I gave it a go. It was the first time I had read fiction in years. And almost instantly, I felt myself change. I was sat in my armchair, transported to another galaxy. I was in another universe. I was completely hooked. Reading fiction will distract you and allow your imagination, no matter where you are, what you're going through, to take you to a completely different world. How does this help with emptying your mind of all thoughts, though? Suddenly, you are now engaged in a new fantasy world, full of action, romance, aliens, monsters, dragons, wizards, whatever. Well, it beats the modern day stress of life, right? Read fiction and watch your mind empty of everything you're worrying about. Finally, number 5, let it go. Yep, Elsa was right. It's time to let it go. No doubt something is dwelling on your mind. Perhaps it's the reason you're watching this video. I've been there. I mean, I'm human. Haven't we all done this? But sometimes we dwell on a regret, mistake, grudge held against someone or even a group of people too long. It's time to do the mature thing. It's time to just let it go. Just recently, I was holding a grudge against someone, wait for it, for over 6 months. They had disrespected me, done me wrong. I remained no contact with them. But just the other week, I saw them again for the first time since the incident. My blood was boiling. I was clenching my fist. I was not sure what I was going to do. But I remember the point was they were no longer in my life. And to be honest, the best revenge is massive success. Therefore, I politely nodded and walked past to carry on living my life. In this circumstance, I believe Tupac Shakur, the rapper, said it best. Just because you lost me as a friend doesn't mean you gave me as an enemy. I'm bigger than that. I still want to see you eat, just not at my table. Now, maybe you're dwelling over a mistake you've made, you just can't get over it. Let it go. Maybe you messed up really bad and you're beating yourself up. Let it go. Whatever it is that is going on and you had done in the past, please let it go. Your mind's so tired from the overthinking. It needs a break. And you do, desperately. So maybe just write it down on a piece of paper, fold it up, throw it in the recycling bin, and say goodbye to it. Let it go, and let go of your thoughts to fully empty your mind for the better. So once again, in summary of how to empty your mind of all thoughts. Solve a puzzle. Walk in nature. Avoid or delete social media. Try reading fiction. And finally, let it go. Thank you so much for watching.